Jack woke up in a funk one day. No one really knows how it started. Maybe he got out of the wrong side of bed. Maybe it was something else. The funk stayed with Jack as he downed his morning coffee. It stayed with him in the shower. Jack didn't immediately sense that anything was wrong. At least nothing he couldn't put down to the weather, or a bad night's sleep, or that Indian takeaway from the night before with the stale papadums. So he got dressed, packed his things, and went down to the station. He bought his ticket, the same as every other morning. Then he got on the Hurstbridge line, heading south. No one on the train noticed anything out of the ordinary, but then no one was really looking. Meanwhile, the funk clung to Jack like a bad smell, eating away at him bit by bit. He began to feel nauseous. His heartbeat quickened, and he broke into a sweat. He started seeing things that weren't really there. Strange voices echoed in his head, and his body was gripped by cramps, chest pains, lack of breath. By the time he arrived at Flinders Street, Jack was thoroughly at the mercy of this mysterious funk. Nothing seemed to be real anymore. It was as if he was sleepwalking through a haze of déjà vu, falling through life from one moment to the next, with nothing to grab hold of along the way. And all the while, the funk dug deeper into Jack, burrowing into his soul like a poisonous tick, sucking the life right out of him. Jack arrived at work at 9 o'clock exactly. He'd never been late his whole life. He sat at his desk and watched the hours fly past, ticking away like little time bombs as they went. Then at 12:33, the phone rang. It was Jack's ex-wife. Some lunch appointment he couldn't remember making. Korean barbecue. He arranged to meet her downstairs at 1 o'clock. But it wasn't really Jack who was talking. You see, by now, poor Jack was little more than an empty shell. A puppet on the strings of his own malignant funk. He looked like Jack and talked like Jack. He wore the same cologne. But inside, something was missing. Call it a soul or essence, whatever you like. It was gone. And it wasn't coming back. And so, Jack's empty shell began sorting through his paperwork. He put everything in order, alphabetized all the files. He even left little notes for his colleagues with instructions on what to do with it all. Then, at 6 minutes to 1, the exact time that Jack had been born nearly 50 years earlier, he got up, walked across the office, and took the elevator straight to the top. There was a party going on up on the roof. 20 years long slavery for some button-down collar from accounts. Nobody saw Jack arrive, and nobody saw him leave. It was the story of his life. 43 levels of floor-to-ceiling windows, and no one even noticed him fall. Then, as the clock struck 1 at the town hall several blocks away, Jack arrived downstairs to meet his ex. As usual, he was right on time.